Reading comes from the book of Genesis 24, verses 34 through 38, 42 through 49, 58 through 67. This is Abraham's servant who is speaking. And he is speaking to Rebekah's father. So he said, I am Abraham's servant. The Lord has greatly blessed my master, and he has become wealthy. He has given him herds and flocks, silver and gold, male and female slaves, camels and donkeys. And Sarah, my master's wife, bore a son to my master when she was old, and he has given him all that he has. My master made me swear, saying, You shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites in whose land I live, but you shall go to my father's house, to my kindred, and get a wife for my son. I came today to the spring and said, O Lord, the God of my master Abraham, if now you will only make successful the way I am going. I am standing here by the spring of water. Let the young woman who comes out to draw, to whom I shall say, Please give me a little drink of water from your jar, and who will say to me, Drink, and I will draw for your camels also. Let her be the woman whom God has appointed for my master's son. Before I had finished speaking in my heart, there was Rebekah coming out with her water jar on her shoulder, and she went down to the spring and drew. I said to her, Please, give me a drink. She quickly let the jar down from her shoulder and said, Drink, and I will water your camels. So I drank, and she also watered my camels. Then I asked her, Whose daughter are you? She said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bore to him. So I put the ring on her nose and the bracelets on her arms. Then I bowed my head and worshiped the Lord, and blessed the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who had led me by the right way to obtain the daughter of my master's kinsman for his son. Now then, if you will deal loyally and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, so that I may turn either to the right hand or to the left. And they called Rebekah, and they said to her, Will you go with this man? She said, I will. So they sent away their sister Rebekah and her nurse, along with Abraham's servant and his men, and they blessed Rebekah and said to her, May you, our sister, become thousands of myriads. May your offspring gain possession of the gates of their foes. Then Rebekah and her maids rose up, mounted the camels, and followed the man. Thus the servant took Rebekah and went his way. Now Isaac came from Beer-lahai-roi and was settled in Negev. Isaac went out in the evening to walk in the field, and looking up, he saw camels coming. And Rebekah looked up, and when she saw Isaac, she slipped quickly from the camel and said to the servant, Who is the man over there walking in the field to meet us? The servant said, It is my master. So she took her veil and covered herself, and the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent. He took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. This is the word of God for the people of God.
Praise be to God.
How would you feel about it if someone arranged a marriage for you and you didn't get to pick who you were going to marry? Yeah? Yeah, it's not exactly the American way, is it? Back in 2008, I was at Bailey Park, and I met a woman there from India, and we got into a conversation, and we were talking about some of the customs in India, and I knew some of them because my brother had been working in New Delhi for 6 years, and so I was asking her about some of the customs regarding marriage, and she was telling me that she would have an arranged marriage, that her parents would arrange her marriage. And I said, how do you feel about that? And she said, it's okay with me because if I were to marry one of my boyfriends, she said, he could leave me. But she said, if my parents arrange a marriage for me, then there's a contract between my family and his family, and I can trust that he will never leave me. And I thought, well, that's a very interesting way to look at it. It's certainly not our way to look at it, but it was something that was okay for her. In our scripture this morning, we see, I'm going to have to speak really loud. In our scripture this morning, we see that sometimes God arranges marriages. In the story that we just read, Roger, could you go over and ask them to do something about that? No?
They're pumping the restroom.
Oh, okay. All right. In our story this morning, Abraham made his servant make a promise to him. And what he said was, I want you to promise me on your life that you will find a wife for my son, Isaac, because Isaac is sad because his mom has died. But I don't want you to pick from the area where we're living. I want you to go back to my family and find a wife. So basically, Isaac was going to have an arranged marriage. And imagine what it would be like for that servant to have made a promise like that. And so he had a rough job. He had a tough job. And so what did he do? He asked God to help him. And what he did was he prayed and he said, God, I don't really know what I'm doing here, so what I'm going to do is when the young women come in the evening to get their water, I will ask one of them for a drink, and the one that says, yes, I will give you a drink and I will water your camels also, I will know, if she says that she's the one that you have for Isaac. And that's what happened. Rebecca came. She was beautiful, and she let her water down and she was drawing, and the servant said, may I please have a drink? And she said, yes, and I will water your camels also. And he knew that she was the one, so he told her what his mission was. He gave her gifts, and she took him to her home to speak to her father. Hi, how are you? And her brother. And they talked about what Rebecca's life would be like. The servant said, she'll be wealthy because my servant has lots of money and land and everything. And they did something very important. They asked Rebecca, will you go with this man? Will you go? Are you willing to go be this man's wife? Go with this man to be his servant's wife? And she said, yes, I will. So the servant prayed and he asked for a sign. And God provided. Not only did he provide the wife for Isaac, he also gave the servant a sign so that he would know that she was the one. About 30 years ago, Roger was wanting a wife. He was lonely, and he said he hadn't had good luck in love. And so he said to God, God, I'm no good at picking them, so I'm going to stay right here in my house, and the first single woman to walk through that front door, I will marry her. And he believed that God would give him his prayer. So he started lifting weights and running up and down the stairs to get strong because he knew that she would want him to look good. And he started bargaining with God, saying the kinds of things he would like in a wife. And this went on for about 2 years, and he believed really strongly for 2 years that this would happen. And then one night, after 2 years, he got discouraged, and he started thinking, this will never happen. And the second he thought that, here comes a knock, knock, knock on the door. And he went to the door, and there I was with a plate of cookies. I also was lonely, and I was working for the church in Vermontville, living next door to Roger, and I decided that I was lonely, I needed to bake some cookies and go out and meet my neighbors, and the first house I went to was Roger's, and so here I had this plate of cookies, and I told them, I introduced myself, I said, hi, I'm Sue, I'm the pastor downtown, and I wanted to meet my neighbors, so I got a plate of cookies. And he said, would you like to come in? And I said, sure. And so I was the first single woman to walk through that front door. He offered me orange Kool-Aid in a paper cup. And I walked in his house and I looked around and I said, Oscar Madison has nothing on you. Because Roger's not a housekeeper. And we talked 5 hours. And when I went home that night, I knew I would marry him. I knew he was the one, because you know what? When it's right, you know it. That was Friday night. He waited till Sunday, 2 days later, to propose. And I said yes. Because I knew, and he knew, that this was a marriage that had been arranged in heaven. Now, I did say we have to be engaged 6 months because I don't know you and I need some time to get to know you. 6 months later, we got married, and here we are, 27 and a half years later, very happily married. The point I'm trying to make to you is this. If you have a need, whatever it is, you can pray, and God will provide. And not only that, you can ask for a sign, and God will not only provide, God will give you that sign so that you will know that this is the answer to your prayer. Not only does God provide and let us know that He has provided for us, but God causes people to do the right thing. Notice in our story how even in that male-dominated culture of, gosh, it would be 4,000 years ago now, that the father and the brother asked Rebecca, are you willing to go? Is this okay with you? And this is something that we're still trying to teach people today, to ask permission. And this is what the Bible teaches. This, one of the lessons of this story is to ask permission. One of the things that I have to do as a pastor before I share information about prayer requests is I have to ask the person who is sick or in need, is it okay for me to tell people that you need prayer? Is it okay for me to share the information because we have HIPAA laws? And so I have to ask permission. And it's important to ask permission in a myriad of areas in our lives. This is a very important way that we respect other people. Another thing we see from this story is that God consoles us. Isaac was sad. His mother died. He was grief-stricken. And he was lonely. And God gave him Rebecca. In the story I told you earlier about Roger and me, I was grief-stricken in that story. When I came over to Roger's house with that plate of cookies, I was not in a good place. My former husband, I had followed him to Germany. He was in the army. I had followed his career. And while we were there, he decided that he did not want to be married to me anymore. And you know what? We were living out on the economy. We weren't living on base. I had nobody when I received that information that I was about to go through a divorce. I had no one to rely on. So I came back home to live with my mom. I went to church on Sunday. On Thursday, they called me up and said, would you preach next Sunday? And I did. And after that, they asked me if I would be their interim pastor. But I wasn't in a good place. I was hurt. But God consoled me with a wonderful husband. When we are hurting, God cares. God will console you. God will provide you with your needs. And God will even give you a sign. And we know from this story is this, that our faith is vitally important to our lives. Our faith in God. And God responds to that faith. And God gives us the things we need, because not only does God care about us, God loves us completely. Amen.